least comparatively speaking. So you need to find some friends to play this with, which may be the kind of weird thing for you, because if you don't like Smash, then I'd imagine most of the people you game with don't like Smash, and then you'd be all like newbies versus newbies, which actually can be fun, depending on, I guess everything depends on the players involved. Unless you find somebody who really does like Smash, and if they do, then they've been playing it for 6 years, and they're kind of an expert, at least compared to you, and that wouldn't seem very fun. I don't know exactly how this, but, there's at the very least, guys, promise me that you'll try Brawl, and try with an open mind. Super Smash Bros. Brawl coming out, I think it's going to be amazing. Then again, I thought all the other Smash games have been amazing. I mean, this isn't like, so many other fighting games, for instance, where there was like special combo things and you had to memorize a list of buttons. There are no built-in combos in this game, right? There is no like A, up, right, Z, and then super attack. No. If you land some like super attack, that's because you used super tactics in landing it, right? You came in like it just there are like such details here. Like, okay, if I hit him, like I play Marth is my character, right? If I hit him with like, this part of the sword, it does that much damage, but if I hit him right on the tip of the sword, it does that much damage. So then I want to go in, and then go and jump at somebody, and then do my neutral A aerial attack, which is nothing more than just hitting A in the air. There's no complex things to memorize. Do my neutral A attack, which does this double slice thing, right? And then like that hits and that does like a good amount of damage, and that knocks him this way. But then the moment I'm falling down and I'm vulnerable for a moment, someone else might attack me, and I'm thinking of that, and you can't possibly think all the way ahead. But you can think far enough ahead that it's fun, right? So things, become interesting because of the interesting way that people are doing things. Because of the, the tactics. I can tell you, like, how many little mind games you played, where you're standing over here and the guy's, like, standing over there on the edge, and you're like, and just, like, without even touching each other, there can be, like, this weird mental back and forth, like, what's he doing? What's he gonna do? And sometimes you can actually trick the other guy into, like, tripping off the other edge. Kind of hard to explain, but it's really funny when you manage it. He starts doing this thing, and he just falls off. And that's not like a special thing built into the game you have to memorize. This is just the game. In fact, most of the advanced techniques I mentioned, like wave dashing, weren't even invented by the designers. Like, they didn't know it was in there. But if you happen to do, like, several things at once, it ends up being this one interesting thing made up of understandable components, It's so cool. Over 6 years, I keep learning stuff. I keep learning new techniques. If you press the thing all the way up and hit A, you do this type of attack, and then if you just tilt it up, you do that, and that actually is more powerful, at least with Marth and his up A, and then you gotta, like, you figure out how to recover, and then, if someone knocks you this way, then you gotta get back on the stage, and you gotta, dang! It's what I call, the simplicity which breeds complexity, right? Which is a hallmark of pretty much all great games, in a sense, is that, okay, take chess, for instance, right? It's, what do we got? Well, we got, like, what, 6 different types of pieces, Each with their own ways of moving. It's all pretty standard, I mean, the queen always moves like a queen. There's no weird situation in which it jumps like a knight. It gets complicated, it's all pretty simple. And yet, this simplicity breeds complexity. And you can play chess for years and years and years and years and years and never master it. Because there are just so many ways. Smash is like freaking high-speed chess. I am constantly trying to outthink the other guy, constantly trying to figure out where he'll falter, where he'll, where his attack won't work. I'm trying to think several moves ahead, really. If I go like this, and he goes like that, and then if I can dodge, and then, like, he throws me, right, and then, like, things, like, I just learned this recently. If you get thrown, and then you land on a surface, or actually, you don't have to be thrown, just as long as you're flying through the air, and you hit a surface, you'll generally, like, hit it, and then you'll stop, and you'll kind of get up. But then, if you hit, like, R and a direction at the same time, you'll tumble. This is called teching, and you won't have to, like, stop and get up, and therefore you're, like, right back in the game, quite possibly a lot faster than the opponent thought you would be. I mean, Toby, you were talking about, like, so, yeah, there's this thing, Brawl, coming out, and people are, you know, they're excited about these new characters, if it's new songs on Guitar Hero, but I mean, it's like it's not. Like, what do you think a character is, Tobin? Do you think it's like a skin? Is that it? Do you have this impression that like every character does exactly the same things, and that a new character is really just like a new graphic? If so, I can understand your opinion. A character is like a whole. It's like a new weapon in Counter-Strike. It's more than a weapon. It's like a new whole set of weapons, right? It's, you know, a zillion different properties. A character has, you know, different mass and weight, and obviously its volume, and its various speeds and various attacks, and its ground attack versus its aerials, versus how fast it can dodge, versus how powerful things are, versus their, what do you call it? The thing that determines the two attacks happen at once, which one goes through for priorities. There you go. Versus its priorities on each of the various attacks. You get a new character, it's like a whole new strategy. Or even a set of strategies, because different each character can be used in different ways. You know, you can tell who's playing who if you look closely, because people have their various styles. You know, their various faults and strengths and stuff that they use in various ways with these various characters. New character, it's like a whole new way of playing. This whole new realm of possibilities. Now suddenly, you know, I do this grab thing, but oh wait, he has this, you know, this chain he shoots out and grabs me first, and that way he'll be able to hit me down and do like a, you know, slicing combo, which is not built into the game. These combos are things that people like invent, you know. We call them combos because they work really well. You know, I do this slicing combo, and then if I do this, but wait, he has low priorities on this other thing, so if I attack him from this angle, then I can do, you know, and then if I throw him into somebody else and knock that person out of the way, and then, you know, and there's varying terrain even, you know? I love that in Smash, something I don't find in any other fighting game. Everything else is generally just like a flat plane, pretty much, and maybe there's like a pillar or something to run into, whatever. This, like, you know, you kind of have to deal with the terrain. I'm always thinking of this as I'm playing Marth, and I, you know, jump back right over something, you know, and then, like, I grab right on that edge so that as he's going back, I can flip back over this way, and then he turns around, and then I stab him in the face, you know, and knock him off the side of the screen. You know,